socializing without alcohol, I've had a question. So the question was basically, they've drank twice in 4 weeks. So first of all, brilliant. That is loads of alcohol-free time and you've only drank twice in 4 weeks. That is epic, yeah? But the poster said when she drinks too much and she doesn't like how she behaves, yeah? And also we know that the binge isn't healthy and it's really dangerous. Oh my God, there's so much going on with that, isn't there? Risk of overdose, you're really vulnerable. Yeah, alcohol is a toxin, it's a poison. So if you want to still socialize, but you don't want to drink and you're a binge drinker, what do you do? Now, I'm going to give you 3 different options. Yeah, it really does depend on you. Everybody's different. It's not that clear cut. And sometimes the bottom line is we just need to have a break from alcohol and we just need to do things differently. That doesn't mean you can't go back to it, but there are some key things I want you to think about, okay? So one of the first thing is, if you are somebody that wants to be alcohol free, but when you go out socializing in certain places with certain people, you drink more than you would like, and then you behave in a way that doesn't fit with who you are, but also it's risky as well, yeah? What can you do about that? So first of all, you could just commit to a bit of alcohol-free time, but also you're going to need to socialize differently, yeah? So one of the things this poster also said was that they're going through a breakup and they're feeling quite isolated. So obviously going out is really important, yeah? There are so many different things we can do. We don't just have to go to a pub or a party or a club or whatever. We do not have to just socialize in alcohol-centric environments. I know, like, oh my God, crazy newsflash, yeah? So this is what I did actually. So when I was first alcohol-free and drug-free, it was really important for me to do that. In fact, it was a matter of life and death. And that meant that I had to stay away from alcohol-centric environments, yeah? So I was quite strict with myself for quite a long time, but that didn't mean that I isolated myself, okay? So I don't know if you've noticed, but there are people everywhere, yeah? So we don't need to isolate, and there are lots of different things we can do where alcohol isn't involved. So something that can be quite useful is turning your day on its head, yeah? So sometimes it's about meeting friends that you would normally drink with, but meeting them for breakfast or for a coffee during the day or lunchtime, yeah? So you arrange meetups at different times when you wouldn't normally drink, but you also arrange meetups in different places, yeah, where alcohol isn't a thing. Or you go do something, go do an activity. Those of you that are listening to me that are alcohol free, for some of you, you will know this, that when you're alcohol free and you go out and you're socializing, you can get bored a little bit quickly and you are wishing there was some kids to play with, some games to play, some music to dance with. There's only so much talking you can do, you know? So activity-based things can be really good, like going to yoga, going to a spa day, having a run together, walking together, stuff like that. Now, if you're young and you're listening to me, you're probably thinking, oh my God, that sounds really boring. But these things, this is like a temporary fix. This is about changing habits, breaking patterns, and looking after yourself. That doesn't mean that you can't then go to a bar or a party or a club or a festival. I am able to do these things. I know I'm old, but I can go and do these things without alcohol. And I know a lot of people that can as well, yeah? So one of the options is be alcohol free, but socialize differently. The other side to this is doing a bit of work on your triggers. So who do you drink with? Who do you overdrink with? Where do you drink? Where do you overdrink? You know, times of day, how you're feeling, stuff like that, and just be honest with yourself. You know, one of the things that I was really honest with myself about was, if I go to this place with this person, I am going to drink and I am going to use drugs, and that's just what's going to happen. So part of it is about being honest with yourself about that. So if I want to see that person, I need to be like, okay, let's go and have breakfast together, or let's go for a walk, yeah? Or I can socialize completely differently. So I did partner dancing. I started off with modern jive, but there are lots of things you can do like salsa and tango and sarok. And gosh, there's endless sort of like dance lessons, different things that you can do out there. Evening classes, volunteering, all sorts of stuff. You can just be somebody that tries things and does things differently and meets people in different environments. The key bit is not alcohol-centric environments, yeah? So part of it is being honest with yourself about, when I go to this place with these people, I drink and I overdrink. Okay, time to take a break from that. Time to do things differently, yeah? The other option, which is a little bit riskier depending on how risky your drinking is. So personally, I wouldn't have done this one because it was really important for me to be alcohol free. Yeah. However, I have worked with people who have been very successful with these tips that I'm going to share with you. It's a very individual thing. Yeah. If you are somebody that when you drink a lot and that is risky, then I don't recommend that you try these things out until you've sort of done a bit of work on yourself, done a bit of work on the whole alcohol piece, you've changed your mindset, yeah? This isn't a time thing, it's about doing the work. Right, so if you want to reduce your drinking and you're going out socialising, go late and leave early. This is really important because then it's not just about you're involved in rounds, you're not caught up in the pre-drinking, you're not caught up in the rounds, you're not caught up in the excitement. So something that happens, like humans, we're very sort of tribal. It's really easy to get excited, if you're going on a night out, everybody starts drinking together, people are drinking fast. You could probably drink quite a lot in the first hour, yeah? Or maybe even you're drunk before you even go out with the pre-drinking, yeah? But if you don't do that, if you go and meet people somewhere else like an hour later than where they would be, those people are they're literally going to be well on their way. So they're not going to notice what you're doing for starters, so it's easier to deal with them. But also you're not caught up in that. It's not catching, you're not in with the crowd. Do you see what I mean? Now that might feel quite odd to start off with, and that's one of the things that other people talk about as well. I know I felt like this. You feel a bit odd, you feel a bit different because quite frankly, you're not on the same plane, you're not hammered, you're not pissed. So if you go late and you have an alcohol-free drink. So the key thing is to get yourself a big, long alcohol-free drink. I used to get a pint of lime and soda. A pint of lime and soda. Super cheap. I love it. It's really refreshing. And you can't drink it fast because otherwise you'd just be burping and your stomach would be massive forever. Not that that's a bad thing, but you know what I mean. So you drink it slowly, and the idea is that you relax into your evening, yeah? Because sometimes we're nervous, sometimes we're excited, and we've got all these emotions bubbling away, and then there's all these people doing whatever they're doing around us. We don't want to get caught up in their energy. We just want to okay, I'm out. I want to ground myself in this energy. How am I feeling? What's going on? Am I looking forward to a dance? Are there people that I want to talk to? Are we going out for a meal? What's happening? Slow your breathing down, ground yourself into your evening and drink slowly. Just give yourself a moment to catch up, yeah? Now, if you do decide to drink alcohol, drink a lower percentage than what you would normally drink. Mostly, not all the time. So for women, if you're normally a wine drinker or shorts, that's higher percentages. It slips down, you get hammered really easily. But if you drink a pint of lager, for most women, the chances are you're not going to drink that much. And then if you drink a soft drink in between, so particularly if you're drinking pints of lime and soda, there's only so much liquid you're going to be able to get in, yeah, before you're spending all night on the toilet, okay? So go late, leave early. Have an alcohol-free drink first. Drink it slowly, ground yourself into your evening. If you do drink an alcoholic drink, lower your percentage, yeah? And just just remember that everything is temporary, and you're going to practice these different things and just see what result you get. Like, take charge, yeah? And whatever you do differently is going to feel odd to start off with. But like with anything, the more you do it, the easier it gets, yeah? Any other questions, let me know. See you soon.